If you're anything like me, you've tried every diet from Weight Watchers to plant-based to lose weight. But all you've gotten for your efforts was pain, exhaustion, and ravenous hunger. Sure, you might have lost a few pounds, but they always came back when inevitably the hunger and exhaustion got to be too much to bear, and you just couldn't take the restriction and the torturing your body anymore. If that sounds like you, then you're not alone. Losing weight and keeping it off can be one of the hardest and most frustrating things you'll ever try to do. Today, I want to show you 3 little tips that will jumpstart your metabolism, boost your energy, and begin transforming your body. And we'll do it all without pills, starvation diets, or hours of exercise. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Aaron Waddell with Ancestrally Aligned Health. I help entrepreneur dads lose weight and gain the energy they need to build a dream life for their families. My goal is to help 200 entrepreneur dads to lose at least 20 pounds by the end of 2022. The first thing you need to do is to get the thought out of your head that you need to restrict what you eat. And this is the most common issue I see with people who have trouble trying to lose weight. See, the reason that you're overweight is not because you're overfed. The reason you're overweight is because you are undernourished. For years, we've been brainwashed to believe in a concept called dieting. The idea goes like this. Eat basically whatever you want as long as there's not too much fat or animal products, and eat plenty of whole grains and vegetables. If your weight becomes unmanageable, it's your fault. You're eating too much. Start eating salad, tons of vegetables, tiny amounts of lean meat or fish for protein. If you must use oil, use vegetable oil because it will lower your cholesterol and not clog your arteries like the villainous saturated fat. And when this fails to produce results, it's restrict more, less fat, exercise more. Ultimately, this just becomes too much and we give up. And we go back to our comfort foods because at least we're happy while we're eating them. But what if we got this entirely backwards? What if the reason we are gaining weight is not because we eat too much? What if the reason we are eating too much is that we have been instructed by the brain and the body to gain weight? What if the foods we eat and the lifestyle we lead was responsible for leading our body to believe it needs to gain weight? What if the foods we ate actually made it impossible to use our stored fat for energy, leading to the energy deficit that is so common between meals and leads to that overwhelming urge to snack? Now, I know this is a lot to take in. I felt exactly the same way at the start of my journey. But what I realized is that our current food environment, our bodies are starving for nutrition, and the food that we're giving ourselves has almost none. So we keep looking for those magical nutrients that will satisfy us, but we never find them. And we just keep on eating until we physically cannot eat anymore. What I also realize is that this poor nutrition causes a bitter cycle where we don't produce the right amounts of the hormones that we need to regulate hunger and satiety. And those systems get more and more messed up. And this leads to eating more and more crap, like cakes, cookies, and chips, and the cycle continues. On top of that, I've learned that the chemicals and the fats in much of the processed food we eat causes damage to our fat cells. It impairs their ability to conduct mitosis or cell division. So all they can do is grow and not split like they should be. Also, the polyunsaturated fat that is so common in these processed foods is extremely hard for the body to use as energy. So it almost always gets deposited in our fat cells, particularly in the fat cells surrounding our vital organs. The tissue known as visceral fat. This is the, quote, belly fat that is recognized as being so very dangerous to health. And the key to this nourishing our body, I've discovered, is animal foods. And despite everything we've been told, it's these foods that actually nourish the body and bring lasting health. The second key is to manage stress. For the vast majority of the animal kingdom, stress is an infrequent experience with very short duration. Both the gazelle being chased by the lion on the African savanna and the hungry lion itself are experiencing stress. The difference is this stress only lasts for seconds or maybe minutes. It's all over when either the lion catches its meal or the gazelle gets away. For us modern humans, stress is created over things that go on for very long times. Whether it's worrying about how you're going to pay your mortgage or if your child will get into the right college, the stress never goes away. Add to that stressors like traffic jams, dealing with your kid's refusal to clean the room, deciding which of the 53 varieties of peanut butter you're going to buy, or when your new business is going to finally turn a profit, and you can see how stress becomes a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week experience. The big problem with stress when it comes to weight loss is tied to the hormone cortisol. Cortisol is a key part of the stress response. It's great in short bursts to help us escape from danger. It causes more sugar to be released from the liver to get more energy, limits inflammation, which can boost immunity, and helps the body get through serious trauma, and increases alertness, which is critical in a life or death situation. But when cortisol levels are chronically elevated, it leads to all kinds of problems. The focus on sugar metabolism prevents fats from being burned for energy and can lead to persistent high blood sugar and eventually type 2 diabetes. It elevates blood pressure and actually can lead to chronic inflammation. It also wreaks havoc on the body's circadian rhythm and sleep schedule. To control stress, it is critical to develop a daily strategy. I personally have found a mindfulness practice or some type of intentional breathing exercise to be extremely beneficial. For a long time, I practiced a daily 5 to 10 minute meditation. That really helped me get out of that fight or flight mode that I find myself in all day long. Today, I use a short meditation coupled with a practice called circle or Wim Hof breathing. I find it has all sorts of benefits, not the least of which is stress management. And last, we have to not just do exercise, but we must do the right type of exercise. Now, don't get me wrong, exercise is a fantastic thing. It improves our mood, our circulation, our strength, and our mobility. It improves blood pressure, insulin resistance, and a wealth of other conditions. But it's not the be-all and end-all of weight loss. As the saying goes, you can't outrun a bad diet. No matter how much you work out, it's impossible to offset the effects of a poor diet. And at some point, it becomes counterproductive. And those fitness routines we see promoted by some of the trainers in YouTube or elsewhere, they're often way too intense and take way too much time to be sustainable. But you see this language like no pain, no gain, or go hard or go home, implying that if something is painful or hard, it must be good for us. What I've learned is that the body has only a finite type of resources for recovery. So by taking your body to the limit physically, you force your body to commit all its resources to the recovery process. What this means is that everything not essential to the body gets pushed to the wayside. This means things like your hormonal system, adrenal system, your temperature control systems, and your reproductive systems, and many others. Now, this is what happened to me as my immune system and hormones were affected tremendously during the period I described earlier. My realization has been that you can exercise long or you can exercise intensely, but trying to do both is really hard on your body. And if you try to do it every day or even several days a week, it can be extraordinarily damaging. My recommendation is to focus on short, brief, and infrequent strength training, and low-intensity daily exercises like walking. This gives all the benefits of exercise without the consequences of overtraining. And if all possible, exercise with others, walk with your family or a friend. This brings in the social bonding aspect that is so valuable for our overall health. So here's a quick review. Less restriction, more nourishment, manage stress, and develop an exercise plan for the long haul. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aaron, this is all well and good, and I'm glad it worked for you, but this stuff is crazy. I can't imagine how this could work, and there's no way it'll work for me. Well, I hear you. Creating the belief that you can be that healthy person is absolutely the hardest part. Second, you need a step-by-step plan. And third, having someone hold you accountable is invaluable, and it's really hard to get a dependable partner to keep you on track. That's why I'm creating a challenge to get you started on your journey. And for a limited time, I'm giving away access to it for free. It will be included with a membership to our brand new community on Discord, the Wellness Society. Think of the Wellness Society as a university of wellness, with different campuses offering intimate access to some of the finest coaches around. This new community hasn't started up just yet, but don't worry, you can join our Twitter space here, and you can get the link to Discord as soon as it opens up. And if you sign up for the waiting list, you'll get updates on my progress, plus tons of other valuable content. And if you haven't already, join my community on Facebook, Diesel Dads. My goal is to help 200 entrepreneur dads lose weight and get the energy to make their business take off. Let's all grow together and make it awesome. Till next time, this is Aaron, sending you all the love and wishing you all the power.